Thank you. Hello, hello, hello! We are now moments away from qualifying for the FRL Dutch Grand Prix. Quarter hour of qualifying awaits, followed by a pretty rapid feeling Grand Prix here in the Netherlands. The Circuit Zandvoort. I am Nexium, joined in the combox by Prix. No Avo this week, but he will be with us when we return in 2 weeks' time.
Currently, he's out in Bahrain.
Yeah, sure.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, nothing exciting going on in Bahrain, really. Ooh, it's a wet qualifying session, so lots of things to consider. One, will the wet get any more intense as the session goes on? Or will it kind of calm down? That will determine what these drivers decide to do, because this game doesn't do a lot of things sometimes, but it does manage to simulate that as a rain kind of goes on, you'll either get more or less wet. We'll also have to see if the actual race session's gonna be wet.
You
That'll
know, this is the this is the second time we've caught a wet quali.
Indeed. Here we go. The first William's gonna be coming out. Will be Luck. And as he goes out onto his outlap, let me update you on the Drivers' Championship. It's a 10-point gap right now. Lenny leading Corvix by 10 points. Sierra's still in the margin there with 108 points to Lenny's 122 and Corvix's 112. Then we have Leo, who's still in the picture here right now. He needs a little bit more to go his way with 5 rounds left after this one. But he currently has 92 points, so he is 30 behind our championship leader. It's certainly not an insurmountable gap. Beyond that, a lot of folks are not quite mathematically out, but are very distant.
Yeah. A very slim chance of it.
Yeah. One of the... You're not technically out, but de facto you're out.
Yeah.
And the constructors, Red Bull, will continue their domination of that side of the table to 30 points. McLaren's 151. Mercedes, though, in striking distance of that second place with 127. Further down the order, Ferrari at 75 points. Williams 52. Alfa Romeo at 32. Alpine 24. And Aston Martin 23. Really tight race for those few. We have Luck now doing his flying lap. And that Williams car, you can see, really zooming on by. We have a couple other things. We have McLaren out right now, Corvix being out. A lot of traffic on track, kind of telling me that the rain is going to get harder as the session goes on. Unfortunately, this game does not give a weather radar to the spectators, or even a forecast, so I'm kind of flying blind for what the weather is going to be like.
So are the drivers, in fact.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone's blind. The drivers at least get a forecast that estimates it quite well, but
not the exact.
Indeed.
No. That's for our AI engineers.
Yep. Corvix sets the fastest lap right now with 1:15.1. That's going to be a very strong time for pole. Luck about a second and a half behind at a 1:16.3. Oh my god, Razor. Razor in that second Aston Martin, 1,000th of a second away.
When that Aston Martin where it hasn't even gone before.
Indeed, that is a very good time from the Aston Martin outfit right now. And that is the kind of time they're looking for if they want to really get on the board. in that constructor fight. They're only a point away from the Alpines right now. I'm currently seeing Corvix in my picture. There is a car stopped. I think that was an Alpine just letting some folks by.
Yeah, that's the number one Alpine.
It's Adrake leading the team, and the majority of its scoring has come from him.
The lion's share of the French outfit's points.
We do have Random there, the Italian driver, down in P13, not yet setting a lap time. This is his rookie campaign, I believe, though. A lot of it is just getting up the speed, getting better, handling this car. He was also out of the session, apparently. I did not realize. Adrake hit the wall as he entered the pits there. Is Lenny on a flying lap? I might be. See what he's able to do to championship leader. About almost a full second behind his challenger here. Race control.
DRS is enabled. They have enabled DRS. And I guess the rain has started to lighten up just a bit. That the race control thought enabling DRS was a good idea.
Will we see any of these drivers tempt the soft tire? The allure of it. Random's going for it. We got Adrake also putting on soft tires right now. So both Alpines going to be trying out the soft. Same with Luck and the Williams. We watch the German now setting a purple sector 2. This time we'll have a really good chance to set a provisional pole time on the inters. The track is drying. As the track dries, the pace improves. You get stronger grip, and mentally you get more confidence in that car as you are zooming about. The Red Bull opens up its DRS flap. And that's a 1:14.9 as Sierra's internet strikes again. Get him in there. So it's currently 2 Red Bulls up in the top 3 right now, but Corvix in a Red Bull sandwich. He is putting on the soft tire. This is going to be some of the trickiest conditions these drivers are going to be facing. Probably in the entire season, if not more. As Circle spins it.
Fun.
Yep, that's Circle. But these conditions, when you are on soft tire...
Oh, yeah, he spins again. And destroys his entire front wing in the process.
Yep, Luck also lagging out, apparently. Get Luck back in here. There we go.
Leo sets the field for 1:14.8.
Need very good lap time on intermediate tires is the key there. But yes, as we are in this transition phase from wet to dry, and it is dry enough to go out on slicks, the track's not fully dry, it's damp. And you do not have a lot of grip in these cars, and especially in this game in these cars, it is a very fine margin between a slippy and a spin, and you're just having to feather the throttle down, be very patient. It is very easy because if you are even like 5% over the limit, your car is in the wall. It is the hardest conditions to drive on, and we'll see Corvix going out on soft tires. One of our first runners to really try to make use of the softs as Adrake is going fastest in Sector 2. At least he was briefly. We'll see what this time is. It's looking good. Random even has a position 3 on those softs. Yep, 1:12.4 there from Adrake. That's a provisional poll time right now. We will expect these lap times to be falling as the McLaren driver, Corvix, second place in the Drivers' Championship. He is going to be looking for a big improvement on the soft tires. Holding down those brakes to get the temperature into those tires right now. Find that operating window. Find those fine margins. We'll see what he's able to do. This man was on pole for all but one race, that race being the last race. Out, where Lenny managed to stick it out on pole. Beyond that, he has been the pole position man every other time. It's a very impressive streak as Corvix now winds his way through Sector 1, through one of the bank corners. These are the most bank corners on the F1 calendar. Fun fact about those bank corners is that they technically violate the maximum amount of camber, the maximum amount you are allowed to angle the turn. But they were given an exemption as Corvix gliding that car through Sector 2, through these winding S's. But yeah, this track has a special exemption after showing that the F1 cars could take these corners safely. The Papaya McLaren now going to enter the second banked turn.
At our Union Dyke box, the final corner of the track, and across the line goes 109.5.
109.5. Very good time set by the American right now as he now winds his way through Sector 1 on his cool down lap. Got a couple other cars out there.
And Steer just pips him.
Oh!
5.22.
Hornish Dragon racing for Red Bull. Very nicely done there. Got a Sauber in third. That is a 110.9. Luck having more technical issues.
Lenny comes in at the 108, which means it's a Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah, I think the Red Bulls hesitated a little bit more before going out, and the track is just improving more and more.
Yep,
That's showing it.
The Dutch crowd will be loving this.
Oh,
for
indeed.
sure.
You can see the times crawl on down. We'll see what Leo is able to do. He is on a flying lap. That's a purple Sector 1. Nice apex there as the car now turns. These cars are starting to get beautiful on this track right now. Starting to come to life. Razor sandwiches the Red Bulls. That is a 109.4.
Leo sets his personal best Sector 2 into Kuhol box.
Indeed, going through the second banked corner. And across the line with a 108.8. 2,000 separate these two on provisional pole. Leo dragging that Merc up ahead. We'll see if Lenny decides to go out again. He will have time if he wants to. Same with Corvix. Corvix does have fresh softs loaded up. Zero does too. In these kinds of conditions, drying conditions, you want to be the last possible car. You want to go as late as you can.
When the track's all rubbered in.
Not just that it's rubbered in, it's that it's dry. Ooh.
That too.
So yeah, you have double, really, the grip forces than you would in a normal quality session, so your times just collapse even further than that. See if the drivers decide to do anything. Sergel is out there. Currently in P6, the number 2 McLaren driver looking to do a lot more right now. This is their in-lap. Currently, a lot of the teams are in formation. Aside from Mercs, the Astons, and the Red Bulls. Teammates showing very remarkably similar pace. Corvix is out on his outlap. He wants to go again. Considering that he put out a 109.5, I do not blame him. The track is very dried up now. See who else decides to go out. I'm seeing activity in the pit lane. Both Aston Martin's going out. Repping that British racing green. See what Corvix has in that tank. Anyone else going out? Probably gonna be waiting for that 2-minute mark. As long as you start your qualifying lap, by the time the session time expires, you are allowed to finish it. We'll see a lot of them delaying as long as they can. There's a lot of activity in the pit lane, I can see. Corvix might get impeded, actually. With the timing here, I'm sure he's looking up. That's why he's slowing down a lot. He does not want to get impeded, but he has to go now.
2 minute. It's the 2-minute mark. So it's go, go, go.
He did not open DRS that time. Is he doing another prep lap? He had 2 prep laps built in.
Yeah, and he didn't book it as soon as he crossed the line.
Yeah, he baked in 2 prep laps to make sure that he was as late as he can be. So now he's going to have to get out of the way of the Aston Martin duo as they come in, assuming they are able to catch up to him. He's going to be cutting it a little bit close. He should be able to make it.
Uncomfortably close.
Yeah, he should be okay. We'll keep our eye on that one, though. Random's trying to go out on an outlap. That's brave. That outlap has to be a quali lap for him to get by in time, and he's going to have to let by his teammate. I don't think he's going to get there in time. We do have both
If he
Mercs.
could.
Sorry?
Oh, I would say if he could manage to cut and just clutch it just in time. But
yep, we do have Lenny on his quali lap. Corvix will get back in time. He, in fact, will be the last driver to go. Lenny improving. Leo improving, barely. We'll see what Corvix has in the tank. Corvix improving by a lot, but not enough currently if that first sector is to be believed. Adrake has his final lap time in. That's a 109.2.
The checker flag falls.
Yep, so this will be it. We will see Lenny crossing the line first. 108.3.
108.3.
Huge improvement. Leo's not improving enough. 108.8. So Lenny has provisional pole. Circle improves to third. We'll see what Corvix has in the tank, though. He's improving by 7 tenths at the last sector mark.
And he comes just second best at a 108.4.
For the second time this year, Lenny is going to be on pole more than likely. Yeah, everyone else is pulling in right now.
It's another rare qualifying defeat for defending champion.
This time it wasn't barely, it was by about 2 tenths. Lenny's improved. Lenny is in remarkable form for these last few races. We'll see what the main race will hold, though.
Yep.
Who
Per-
knows?
per- yeah. Perhaps Singapore's light a spark in him.
Yeah.
Lit a fire under him. It's pushing him to do his best.
Indeed, right now, as Lenny is rounding about. Checkered flag on. Fraser is the only one left, and then we get the race underway momentarily. There's a couple minutes of a buffer to let the drivers get their strategies in. Get everything together, and then the Grand Prix will be underway.
This will be something that the Dutch crowd can cheer for.
Remarkable quali session, a very good quali session. Changeable conditions to keep you on your toes. Flat out running at the end. What you want to see. I believe this is also Circle's best start of the year, starting in P4. Not that far off from his teammate, too. Only half a second. Much
No.
improved. John also starting pretty high up on the grid. Very well done here. Overtaking zones, you have your main one on turn 1, but beyond that can be hard.
Yeah.
I think the heavens have
Let's say
opened up.
this is the kind of where you get on the North Sea coast, on the beaches of Zandvoort.
Indeed.
It would be prime or taking up tree from Kumo Block all the way to Tarzan Block.
Yeah, we'll see what these conditions merit. High likelihood for a safety car. In the wet equalizes it, and depending on how wet it is, you won't have the benefit of the DRS down on the straights to help you pass. Could just be good old-fashioned hard overtaking from these drivers.
Yep. Just like all the way back in Belgium.
I wonder if any of them two will try to take one set of tires to the end. The answer is almost surely no. The wear in this game on the intermediate tires is very high.
Yeah. Not to mention there's a rule against some sorts of things.
Well, you can do it with one set of wet tires. That rule only applies on the dry.
And yeah, the tire changing thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to change. Yeah, you don't have to change a wet tire.
You can't go a whole race on that one set alone.
You can. Ocon did it. You can do a wet race on one tire. Well, one set. But you can do it on one tire. It is ill-advised, but you can do it. Moments away now. Go over our starting grid. Get your way. track has been around in modern Formula One. Not for a long time, really.
Since 2021 in recent IRL times.
Yep, as we look at the starting grid, Lenny with his second pole position of the year, lining up ahead of the lead McLaren of Corvix. We then have Leos leading off the second roll, and Sergel leading off, finishing it behind. Very good start for them. And we have John the American in P5. Another very good start from him. We then have A-Drake and Razor leading the fourth row. Zero lines up behind it, Razor on the fourth row, one of his weaker qualifyings of the year. And then it's an all-Sauber fifth row to finish out the points. Kimaru leading Laz. Skylar, the second Aston Martin driver, is going to be lining up behind the two Saubers. And we had the second Alpine, a random. Finally, we have Luck, who did not manage to get a dry time in that quali session. And we are now going to be seeing our teams go through their formation lap. We do have Lenny setting up the pace on the front. They're going to be trying to get these tires into their operational temperatures. Trying to make sure that they're not cold off the launch, that they can get that nice grip down. Gotta be very careful launching from the wet. Circle appears to have fallen back in the formation lap parade, but they will still start in P4. As the drivers now peel off. Going down the starting grid to their box. Corvix missed the grid box. All that disqualification message means is that they missed the grid box. He will be not getting the ideal launch, but a rare mistake from Corvix here. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. A jump start, and FRL is away in the Netherlands. Lenny gets a really good launch. Corvix is now being lured in by Leo. Leo and Corvix are going side by side into that turn 1. There is a drive-through for Razor in the Aston Martin. But Corvix now has to settle for P3. Leo had the traction on the outside. Corvix looking to fight back, though. These two are going to be very close. Corvix's teammate Circle right behind. But it is currently Lenny leading Leo, leading Corvix, leading Circle. A-Drake is in P5. John fell down to P6. Zero up at the P7. Skylar rocketed past the two Saubers to get into P9 as we are now weaving into Sector 2. Lenny is getting that little bit of a gap. Corvix is going to be very antsy to get by Leo. The German going to be putting up a brave defense. Here we go. Now into Sector 3. One of our straight here. And then we got this really tight S that you might be able to make something happen on the outside. Corvix is slow.
There's an Aston Martin out.
Yep, that's Razor out. Razor is out and safety car deployed. Not entirely sure what happened back there, but Luck is now in the points. Razor having a dreadful launch off of the line.
His dreadful first race.
Indeed, Razor and the Aston Martin, not what they were looking for. Skylar got up to P8 in all of that. But Lenny still leads, Leo behind. Corvix in P3. He was starting to struggle for momentum there at the later parts of the lap. Wondering if there's any kind of setup differences between these cars. We're on lap 2 with 36.
And 236 and Burt Mylander with his Aston Martin V Advantage safety car. come out on track.
Indeed. In the British Racing Green that the Aston Martin team are so used to running. We're looking at the leading Red Bull as we go through. You can see the spray picked up as the cars now trundle on through in safety car conditions. Hopefully we will be back to racing speed very quickly. But the wet weather here, catching drivers out. Very much anyone's game here. Wet weather, the great equalizer in F1. No DRS help you out. Anybody can get caught off guard by tricky changing conditions.
A great bit of slightly useless information. Wet weather is, well, how can I put this? They can pretty much show off an F1 car's aerodynamics pretty good.
Oh yeah, you can see, like, this game doesn't really capture it well, but if you look at a lot of IRL footage, you can really see the wake that gets picked up by F1 cars just from the spray behind. Very beautiful to look at if you are a nerd like me. Hopefully safety car may be in this lap. Maybe one more lap. The Aston Martin is clear, so we're just waiting for race direction to give us the okay to go back to green flag running. And then it'll be up to Lenny to set the pace, see if he could defend. Leo will be looking to want to get that lead. Safety car in this lap. So Leo will be looking to get that lead here off the launch, but he also has to look behind him to the papaya-shaped McLaren. Papaya-shaped, papaya-colored McLaren. That will be antsy to get by and to gain some ground in that driver's championship. Be very close and tight. Lenny will have a lot to think about too with the timing here. No incidents so far on this phase of the restart.
He's booked it.
Yeah, FRL is once again away in the Netherlands. Corvix read that like a book. Leo caught a little bit off guard. Corvix might have a chance if he wants to send it, but he does not. Corvix choosing to tuck him behind, I think, in knowing that he needs to be careful here. Luck has peeled into the pits in that Williams. I'm assuming for some kind of wing damage, or maybe
it's changed his front wing.
Yep, so it is wing damage, so we might see him try to go to the end and circles out.
And safety car's out again.
Safety car back out, says we only got through about a third of a lap running here.
Just a sector, in fact.
Yeah, sector's about a third of the track.
Yeah. Just...
It's alright.
Just not even a sector and Burt Mylander has to get out the Aston Martin again.
Yep. Leaders as they were at the last safety car. I wonder if Luck will try running to the end. Those tires. At this point, really, he has nothing to lose. Or at least running to a dry phase if it happens. I think some other cars may be thinking about pitting. Some just wiggling around. in the tires. There's a Sauber in the pits.
It's Kimura.
Is he doing a wing fix, or is he just gonna try to... Yeah, he's fixing his wing. Oh, no, he wasn't!
Nope, it's just tires.
So he might just be going to the end. He might be trying to put on a new fresh set and just go to the end.
Yeah.
Interesting calls from a couple drivers here. Weird.
At Lacey and Williams and Kick Sauber just rolling all the dice. This event.
Mercedes. And it's a McLaren.
A low McLaren.
Yep.
And Alpine sandwich right in between.
McLaren did have a chance here to get right some good points in the constructors over Red Bull. Sierra's down in P6 right now. Not really doing as well. It was a good opportunity, but, like, if you can't keep it on track, you can't finish, you can't score. And the Papaya team gonna be probably losing more ground at the Constructors' Championship because of it. And there really isn't much time left. They want to make a swing. It's looking more and more sure that Red Bull just have this Constructors in the bag. Their consistency in getting on the podium.
At this point, feels like they've already starting to grasp one mere finger onto that trophy.
Feels more like a hand on the trophy at this point. I think McLaren need a couple 1-2s if they want to rip that away at this point. But looking at the top three, we are looking at the three leading drivers in the Drivers' Championship. All three looking to get a really good swing on their rivals. Leo's currently 4th, so 3 of the top 4, I should say. Sierra falling out. If he wants to keep that challenge alive, he cannot finish P6 here. That would be a disaster for his own title hopes. Meanwhile, I would say that, at least for Lenny, this race is currently best case scenario.
Safety car's in.
Yep, safety car in this lap. We have the same position up front. Lenny going to be looking to time it well. Leo will have some extra information on when Lenny times it. We'll see if Lenny decides to stick with it or maybe go a little bit earlier, because he went pretty late last time. The field trundling along to get ready to go. We have about 30 laps to go here in the Dutch Grand Prix. And he is gone! FRL is away in the Netherlands once again. We're back to racing speed, but Leo was not caught off guard this time. Neither was Corvix. So all 3 of them now get a really good launch, and they're going to be side by side, but Leo defends very well here. Corvix not able to get the traction he needs to get the overtake done. There is no DRS. It is old school slipstream and send it.
With a bit of battery. Yellow flag again. And
That's
Laz is off.
Sauber. Yep, it's for Laz. No safety car this time. No, safety car out.
If that's the what's the record for most safety cars in FRL event?
I
by
think
chance?
that was Baku season 4, where we had like 4.
need to keep records of the most miscellaneous things. And I don't get how just one mere spin could just throw out the safety car.
The safety car is quite finicky in this game sometimes, my friend. I think it was because the game saw that he was parked for a little bit. For a few seconds, and when it sees that there's a car parked, it sometimes brings out the safety car. Lad's gonna be peeling into the pits to get that front wing changed. Luckily for him, it won't really cost him anything, except for maybe like one bit of track position. Now Lenny's gonna have a sight all now too familiar with him, the rear panel of an Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Being driven by a man named Bert.
Bert Mylander.
Indeed. The good man named Bert. Hopefully we see him on the track less, though. At least for the sake of green flag running.
So, at least the Aston's exhaust note sounds good. Even if it's really a Mercedes-Benz powering the thing.
Wondering if any more drivers will take the gamble to go on into this second set of inters early. Making lines. Well, for the drivers that already had to pick some various wing damages, they're going to be in a better position here because they will get to save their tires a lot easier. Rudy safety cars. But for a driver like Luck, it does take a little bit of pressure off of your ability to keep one stop alive. Safety car.
Which brings out the Season 6 record, currently speaking.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely in uncharted, wet territory. What these drivers decide to do. I don't think the rain has lessened any time that I have seen of it, so... Be inters for a long while yet. You can also like see the elevation changes at a slow pace, really that make this track as exciting as it is. This track's curved, it's hilly, it's
this old school roller coaster.
Indeed, a lot of drivers I think find it fun to drive. We won't have any orange flares choking out the camera crews, though, as we go through.
Yeah. Whereas the games have, well, any graphical capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Putting this orange flare safety cars in.
Yep, safety car gonna
Once
be coming
more.
in. Another very brief safety car. Leo and Corvic's getting a little side by side. I think they're both getting a little bit antsy, or at least the American Dragon is.
Almost everyone behind's a bit antsy. They want to get on with.
Indeed. They're drivers. They like to go fast. Leo right up on that rear wing.
We're up on that Red Bull supplied gearbox.
Indeed. Oh my goodness. That looks like NASCAR for a moment.
No.
And FRL's away in the Netherlands again. Lenny actually got a really good jump on Leo there. Surprisingly for how far away that they were. Corvix might be looking to the inside. That's A-Drake looking to the outside, but now that's brought in John further behind. But looking back at the leaders, oh, Corvix might have a chance to get by Leo here. See how close they are. This isn't going to really be an overtaking spot until you get to Sector 2, but they are going to be keeping it nice and close and nice and tight. Tightly packed up. John, meanwhile, putting some pressure on Adrake, who kind of bottled up the start a little bit. Then we have Sierra putting even more pressure on John. Corvix is looking. He might be able to get that wing alongside. He tries to get traction. Leo just placing his car in ways that compromise Corvix's line. Some superb defensive driving from the German right now, as we are looking now into Sector 3. Lenny still leads, Leo still P2, Corvix still P3. With Adrake behind, falling out of the slipstream here. That's going to make it harder to defend from John, who might look to send it up to that inside. Leo sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. We have Sierra falling well behind. I think he got a little bit compromised in the fighting back there. And there's three wide action behind. Ooh, there was almost three wide action anyway. Random and Laz fighting it out. Laz trying to get around the outside. Laz has more traction than Random. He's going to be looking to get by. Looks left, looks right. Nothing can happen yet, though. This race is going to kill my sick throat at this rate with how action-packed it is right now. But Random gets to pull out a bit of a gap. Luck starting to reel in the Aston Martin of Skylar. Corvix looking very close. As I looked at my timing sheet, switching my picture over to this fight here. I think the rain is lighting it up a little bit. Could just be my eyes playing with me. Corvix getting very close to the Mercedes.
He's right on that gearbox.
Indeed, you will have a chance. You might deploy some battery. Corvix going to be looking to the inside. Leo not able to defend that inside line, but he just breaks a little later. Corvix not sending it, hoping to maybe catch Leo into a mistake there. That's where the lack of DRS can really be felt in moves like that. My voice is giving out already. These guys gonna be very good. Yeah, the rain is definitely lighting up. Yeah, we have John and Adrake very close to each other. John looking for a podium on the year. The wet conditions seem to be favoring him a lot more. He's not really made many mistakes here as we go through. We'll see if he can get past the Alpine, though. That Renault power unit taking it as hard as it can. Renault no longer an engine manufacturer in the real life sport, but we get to still see and hear their work.
Not participating from 2026 onwards, but they're still trucking along, and in this instance, without any of its inherent power penalties.
Yeah. Oh, John looks to the inside. Adrake tried to defend a little bit, tried to cut off that line. He has the outside line, and he's carried more speed. Yep, John took a little bit too much curb. He was forced inside. He got onto that curb, put two tires on it, I think. And then that just unsettles the car. It slows down your momentum, slows down your traction. Very good defending there from Adrake. Very aggressive defending, especially here. Our top three are starting to space out a little bit. Fall into their rhythms. Corvix has moments where he's faster, but moments where he's not. And the rain's starting to go away, so there will be a transition period. And it's going to be about timing that out. And I think that's what a lot of these guys are kind of being more conservative with. They know they have time. And they know that if they time the weather right, they can make a lot of ground happen. Corvic's gonna be right on that Mercedes, almost bump drafting it. He then pulls off to the inside. He's got ground here, and he's through. He got through on this straight. Incredible amounts of traction and bravery, really, to ensure that, to just know that he wouldn't hit that rear wing. And now Corvix has a charge. His light is flashing from the rain. I think he was able to also just dump that battery to get on by. These cars have ERS. That ERS is a powerful tool. A very powerful tool for getting on by your competition here. We are about to enter lap 15 of this Grand Prix. Drake might be the next driver under threat. He's just not got pace in these corners. John might even be able to do the similar move here. He's right there.
He's just itching to capitalize.
Indeed, we'll see what the traction outside of the corner really looks like if John's going to be able to do it. He is getting close. John now going to be going through. He's going to be looking. Leo's falling back hard. Whoa! John forcing his way through the outside. Drake tried to compromise the line, but it did not quite work out. John now has traction, and he's going to have the inside line for the bank's turn. John fighting his way through. Drake giving a squeeze. Several corners. John wiggling a bit and oversteer. They're wheel to wheel. They're now going to be going side by side through some of the faster corners on this track. But John has pace. John got by. He is in P4.
You know, he's best of the rest now.
Indeed. Wonderful move there from John. Very brave, very committed.
I think this is the best performance I've seen out of him this season in a really long time.
Indeed, he just has confidence in these conditions. Confidence that he's going to make the move stick. And we saw that as they got on through. Corvix has managed to eat into that gap for the lead now. Wow, though. Beautiful fighting between those two for 4th place here. Corvix getting closer. Trying to reel that Red Bull in. We have Leo back there. Now 2 seconds behind the McLaren. Lenny's had a chiller race up front. We'll see what he's got in the tank as the rain starts to fall. A little bit less each lap. There's going to be a crossover period coming up soon.
If it comes.
Yeah, if it comes. It looks like it might. At the very least, it is an easier to manage condition with the inters, especially as they wear, they're going to have less grip. Luck is past Sierra, actually, up at the P6. Sierra not liking these conditions at all. Skylar's now in a position to maybe threaten the Cornish Dragon.
Which is one of the rarest things we and the viewer have ever heard.
Yeah, you usually don't see him punching this well above, but I think Sierra just lacking confidence in these conditions.
You think this same Aston was even threatening the Brendan McLaren of Corvix.
Indeed.
Last race.
Indeed. Skylar finding moments where he is just able to punch above his weight. Lenny having to defend from Corvix right now. So far they are... This is
the test.
Indeed. The two championship rivals here. Lenny looking to win once again. Corvix looking to win and eat into that gap.
Looking to reclaim any bit of lost glory.
Indeed, Lenny does set a personal best in Sector 2 as well. Lenny's now unleashing what his car has had. He was able to take advantage of the fact that his two rivals were fighting behind him. And they trade fastest laps. Whoa. The lap time's really starting to fall here in Zandvoort as the track gets less wet. We'll see what they're able to do. Ooh, Corvix racing this almost bumper to bumper.
Front lane to diffuser.
Indeed.
To be specific.
Indeed. And that Red Bull's mirrors will be full of papaya with a little bit of blue. And a little bit of black right now. But the McLaren, ooh, a little squirmy, but able to keep it in. This is going to be the closest that they're going to be through this part of the track right now. Corvix sending a little dummy to the inside. Not quite looking to get by here, but maybe looking to get that pressure on. To pressure Lenny into a mistake. But Lenny is a pretty good driver. He's not going to be phased here. We'll see what they're able to do as they now go down the straight. Corvix is narrowing the lead with Slipstream. He pulls off to the inside on the straight. Lenny has the outside line. He will at the overspeed. Corvix getting pushed to the inside. Corvix now going to push Lenny out wide a little bit, but Lenny able to keep it on track. They give each other enough room. Lenny has traction as they go inside into this bank corner, and Lenny is ahead. Corvix might have a run, though, as they go on down. No, Corvix tucks in behind. Lenny's defended the lead for now, but they were very close here. Leo 4 seconds behind now. He will be in a position to capitalize on any mistakes these two get into. Currently, Leo, is just going to be in his own race for now.
Just in effective no man's land. Just sticking onto P3.
Yeah. These two are still going to be trading fastest laps, it looks like, as they go on through Sector 2.
Fastest laps and fastest sectors. Just trading. Trading sectors.
Trading more than schoolyard kids with Pokemon cards right now, if I could say that. You now go through turn 1. Corvix not able to put up the fight this lap. I think he wants to save up his battery a little bit. Lenny's going to be doing the exact same thing here. They are just dragging each other along. Oh! Less than a 10th now for a little bit. Almost a 10th. They got very close. Like, any closer and they collide with each other. Corvix being very brave with how he is following the car. He's not afraid of any dirty air that he might get from being the chasing car. He just wants to get as close as he can to get to that inside line on turn 1. Oh, is he pulling off here?
And victory's just almost gonna be right there. He could almost just taste it. Over 10 laps from just a little over 10 laps from the end. You can almost taste it.
Indeed, it's 15 to go once they cross the line here. Corvix pulls off to the inside. He has a lot more speed here, and he's through. Corvix is leading the Dutch Grand Prix. The American had a lot of battery, a lot of slipstream. He was able to just use it there. Lenny did not have much to fight with. We'll see what he wants to do. The rain is now a drizzle here as Korvik starts to pull ahead a little bit, but Lenny is going to be within that range. We know he is capable of staying in that range, but we'll see what they're able to do. The key for Korvix now is going to be to get that second gap. If race control enables DRS, then it'll allow Lenny to just effectively stay with him to the end. Lenny looks to have run out of the tank a little bit. He's falling behind now. Korvix had the pace. Make that work. Random lagging out of the session. Let me fix that up
So,
real
yeah,
quick.
so is Syrup.
No, I did not mean to send that one. Oops. I accidentally sent one to a different person.
Anyway.
Yeah. There we go. Korvix gets another fastest lap. Lenny. Ooh, he's falling out of that second. That crucial second. Do excuse me, I'm dying. This race is too good that it is killing my ability to speak. Korvix.
I think there's a...
Go on.
Just... Oh, good thing there's at least a 2-week break.
Oh, yep, indeed. Random in that Alpine. Back there.
Zero is once again lagged out.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, I have to...
Yeah, I sent him an invite.
Send something. Korvix able to get that second gap. Beautiful camera angle I just had for a moment.
Yep. And for a second there, timing the tower read 1.4, 1.2, just around that time.
Ooh. Random is out to the session again. Oh, never change netcode. My timing tower is saying that there is a 2.5 second gap, but I could just tell with my eyes that that is not a 2.5 second gap for the lead.
Yeah, that's more of a lower 1 second gap.
Lead. Right, we are going to take off timing tower. We are doing this by stopwatch, man. We look at Kimaru and Random fighting it out in the lower end of the points. Kimaru was looking to get by. A little bit of lag going on there.
Yeah.
Random able to hold the place. Sierra's lagged out again. Technical issues plaguing the drivers. Lower ends of the grid. Leo sets a fastest lap. German and Season 4 champion Random's out of the session again. The German and Season 4 champion having a little bit of pace. Luck sets a fastest lap. The track is really starting to dry now. With this track drying up, we should be entering a crossover period soon. There is still a tiny amount of rain falling. And it looks like a lot of the drivers know that there should be a dry period coming up. They are not pitting. They were confident that this was going to be wet all the way. They would have pit by now. They're pushing these intermediate tires to their limits as we go through.
At this point, they might as well turn to slick intermediates.
Indeed.
Just how far you're pushing. And
Lenny's
Lenny's He's pulled the trigger.
Going for a new set of intermediate tires. Huge gamble by the Red Bull team here with 11 laps to go right now. Very huge gamble here. Because the rain is lessening. If this track goes too dry, Lenny won't have track position to capitalize on the change to slicks. Lenny has effectively given up track position right now, hoping that the race stays intermediate conditions. DRS is enabled. Red Bull may have made a huge strategy blunder right now. Usually DRS enabled is a sign a lot of drivers here will take to mean time to get on slicks. We do have the second Red Bull pitting. That is going to be for, it looks like, slick tires. And a new wing. Sierra had a broken wing. I did not realize that. Sierra will be trying out the slick tires. He is the first driver to go into slicks. Random also going on to slicks back there. Assuming he is still in the game. Kimaru also going on to slicks. Corvix is pitting for slicks right now. Everybody's pitting for slicks. And it appears that Lenny has made a huge blunder. He's going to be staying out, though.
Has he just thrown it away?
Indeed. He had a race win potentially on his hands here. And it looks like he might have chucked it away here. He's just got to hope that the compounds remain similar. Or that there's a safety car. He is currently a 10th behind Corvix, not even. He's
almost right up close to that McLaren's own gearbox.
Indeed, there were some very similar stuff going on earlier. Now, there will be a period here where the intermediates are faster. It's a very brief period, but it is technically a period where the intermediates are the faster tire. Corvix will have a chance to drag this out, though. Lenny... I'm not sure what was going on with his thinking here. Or if there was just a pit mistake, which can happen in this game. And I've seen plenty of drivers across this grid going to the wrong tire. We'll see what Lenny has. He is dumping battery. He has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's going around the outside, but Corvix has better traction on those softs. The intermediates are losing their edge right now.
Yeah, the track's drying up as well.
Yeah. It is now slick tire territory. Lenny appears to have thrown away a chance at a win here. Corvix will be delighted to see those green-walled tires on his championship rival behind him, because he knows it means that there will be a swing to him as we go into the 2-week break. Assuming Corvix does not bottle it. Yeah, Lenny is already out of DRS. He either has to just defend for his life, or he just has to pit.
We speak the devil. Someone's already pitting. There's the yellow flag as well.
Yellow flags, yellow flags. Will the dragon get bailed out with yellow flags? Oh, there's a little bit of an incident going into the pits. Lenny just cutting across to get into the pits and accidentally flips a driver there. I think that was random. As Leo goes fastest. But he's just got too much of a gap to Corvix right now. Corvix is now going to be cruising home to a win here. He doesn't have to push hard if he wants to get it. Less than 10 laps to go.
This was a victory gone begging for the Milton Keynes outfit.
Indeed, it had been a rough stretch, but this will be a good win if it lasts here. Lenny will at least keep it on the podium to limit the damage, but I think the swing will be 10 points. I think as things stand right now, Corvix will have the lead. Lenny needs to get by Leo to hold the lead here in the championship.
If he could eke out that distance.
Indeed, it's gonna have to be about a second lap. To have a chance at getting that P2. Corvix setting fastest laps all the time. The track is getting drier, it's getting quicker. John and Adrian.
It's just falling into play.
Yep. John just manages to get by Adrake on the inside of that bank turn. Adrake dumping his battery, but John has soft tires. The traction's just better. You can carry more speed on corner exits. Easy move there for the Mercedes along the inside. Somebody lagged out of the session. I don't know who it was.
Steer again.
Corvix
somehow
a 1:13.1.
Another fastest lap.
Indeed.
Say somehow F123's gotten a bit worse. Connections.
Random's
out on the spot. So it means all 10 drivers will get points.
Like assuming they make the race distance.
90% of it.
Which is only a couple laps away. John and Adrian continuing to be wheel to wheel here. These two are all over each other right now. Luck's out of the session.
He's retiring the pit lane, which means yeah.
Not entirely sure why he has decided to do that, but he has. That would have been a points position had he kept going. Yeah.
Anything for the Grove outfit.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty good points position too. That promotes a couple drivers up. That gives Zero a little bit of a bonus here. Drake's gonna have DRS on John, but he just doesn't have the battery to make anything stick here. Lenny has gotten that gap down to 4 seconds. He will have a chance at Leo at this rate at the end of the Grand Prix. But we're not quite done settling this order yet, and we're not quite done settling the podium yet. Things are going to get very tight very quickly here, as Lenny is just pushing for his life right now. The championship leader doing very well. Apparently Sierra has a penalty for ignoring blue flags.
His day has gone from bad to from worse to especially horrible.
Yeah, there is a little bit of lag here. Is Sierra just deciding to hold up the leader right now? Or is this his AI doing it? Oh, this looks like a human driving. Maybe Sierra, just knowing he's at no risk, getting a little cheeky. Little cheeky. As Adrake manages to get by in turn 1 on the DRS.
I'm more so betting out of frustrations.
Yeah. It is a little cheeky, but it does narrow the gap to his teammate a little bit, but it's not going to really do much here.
Not in the grand scheme of things. At this point in the race.
Aside from maybe annoy Corvix a little bit, which redacted. Letty is currently 2.4 seconds now. Rosing in, he will have a couple laps to make a move work. He is flying. Zera's out.
Yeah.
Out in the pits, which just surrenders some points to the Salvers. Just deciding it's not worth continuing. Which, if your head's not in it, your head's not in it.
No.
Can often be a little bit more dangerous to go on, but keep your butts in your seats right now. Lenny's 2 seconds away. Leo is now starting to push. Leo really is now starting to push. I am seeing that.
Yeah. For a split second, the timing tower looks like it's shrunk a bit down to 1.8 seconds. 1.7.
Very close.
Split second.
They're very close right now. I think Lenny, the worst case scenario, he's going to be in striking distance on lap 35, and we'll have 2 attempts at turn 1, which is the easiest overtaking spot on this track. Woof. Leo can see Letty in his rear view mirror now, and there's 2 Saubers dead ahead that are going to get in the way here. Ooh.
2 Saubers in formation.
Indeed, they're on for a really good points finish thanks to all the retirements here. Skylar on for a really good points finish right now if he keeps it on track here. Whoa, John. John not quite able to find the time right now. He's got to fight A-Drake here, but A-Drake is using up all of the battery that Alpine has to offer. John gonna be looking to get by here very quickly here. He should be able to have a chance on lap 35 here into turn 1. Might even choose to let it go until lap 36. The Sauber is going to be getting out of the way of the 2 fighting for second place. But Lenny is going to have DRS. Whoa, John sending it through into the start of Sector 3. That's a tight little chicane. You do have a DRS straight, so you can get overspeed to make a lunge work. I don't think he had quite enough to make it work, though, but it does keep A-Drake on its toes. And now A-Drake's going defensive for the big move. Little bit of front to rear contact between John and the Alpine, but John is going to choose to wait to the last lap to go for the move. Leo is now in danger from Lenny. Lenny has DRS range. Leo's got to push as hard as he can. 2 to go here. Corvix is going to be starting the final lap momentarily.
Yep. Well, Dortmund versus Munich is happening right in front of our very eyes.
John is through. Got through in Sector 2. That's very impressive, actually. Though that does give A-Drake an opportunity in DRS. Corvix begins the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Lenny and Leo. This is going to be Lenny's best chance. Leo's going defensive. He's used up his battery. Lenny's dumping it. He's going to be along the outside. Leo defending that inside line for turn 2. Lenny's fighting to maintain his championship lead. And he is currently going to be stuck on behind the German in the Mercedes. The man from Dortmund not able to get by. That is good news if you are Corvix right now. There will be one more chance, one more DRS straight. They are very close. Very, very, very close. Ooh, boy. We're about to enter that last DRS straight. Leo's out of battery. Lenny spits it.
Yeah, he spits it.
He pushed too hard.
No.
And now that is going to be his chance Is that even gonna cost him a podium? Adric and John fighting here. Adric got past John and all of that. Corvix wins the Dutch Grand Prix. And we got Adric and John looking to maybe capitalize on that. No, Leo's gonna... Or Lenny, excuse me, is gonna hold that podium position. Leo finishes P2. Lenny's gonna get by in P3. Adric is gonna hold P4 in that Alpine. John gets P5. Skylar gonna finish, I believe P6 is his best finish of the season. The two Saubers having an amazing finish.
What could have been for Red Bull?
Very strong race there. I do have to get going right now. So I thank you all for watching this. This was a very good race, very exciting race. Very good from John, very good from Corvix, very good from Leo. Very well done. There will be a 2-week break in FRL, and then you can join us right here, right now. Same time, hour earlier. I need to rest my voice and go to D&D. I've been Nexy. I've been joined by Prits. Thank you very much and take care.